Good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, I welcome you all for this seminar on innovative teaching methods for the modern day classroom by Professor Dr. V. Nalini from Jaya College of Education. I kindly request our IQAC in charge, Dean Student Affairs and HOD IT, Dr. Kanya ma'am, to introduce our speaker and as well as welcome the August gathering. Ma'am,
Yes. Aparna, you should add me.
uh, I've already added you, ma'am.
No.
You are in the stream.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you, Aparna. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to welcome uh, Dr. V. Nalini ma'am. She's a professor come vice principal in Jaya College of Education, Chennai. She's going to present today's seminar on innovating teaching methods for the modern classrooms. Ma'am's biodata is it's really a book. She has done many things in teaching learning. She has done many courses in online and offline in teaching learning. I'm sure today we'll be having a fruitful session on modern tools for classroom teaching. And we are happy to have you here, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am, to this event.
Thank you,
On
everyone.
behalf of Dr.M.G.R. Educational Research Institute and IQAC team, and on my own behalf, I'm happy to welcome you. And I'm happy to welcome all the participants who is attending this event of online through YouTube channel. We are happy to welcome you all. Kindly maintain the decorum of online learning. I thank the coordinator, Aparna, for coordinating this event. And I thank our IQSC director, Dr. Malini Pandey ma'am, and deputy director, Dr. Subhashri ma'am, and the whole IQSC team for the continuous process of organizing these kind of events. I'd like to thank our founder chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our president, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar sir, for their continuous support and encouragement. Once again, I welcome you all to this online seminar on innovative teaching methods for modern classroom. Welcome you all. Thank you.
Hello. Yes, Kanya ma'am, can I start?
Yes, ma'am. Aparna,
Is
can
it
you
Yes,
introduce,
ma'am.
ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Kanya ma'am, for that warm welcome address. So it is an honor to host you all in this seminar on innovative teaching methods for the modern classroom. So it is an honor to be here with you all.
Aparna? Aparna? Yes, ma'am. You can start, ma'am.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Very happy morning, everyone. First of all, I wish to extend my gratitude to all the Dr.M.G.R. University, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, President, deans, directors, and IQAC team, and research scholars, faculty members, and students, to everyone. And today we are going to see about the innovative teaching methods for the modern classroom, which was insisted in new education policy 2020. Just in the first slide, you can see that the connector teacher is a connector. So in olden days, we have n number of synonyms to teacher. Teacher is a guide, friend, philosopher. Now the trend has been changed from teacher, the guru norm, from gurus to facilitator. And now we are move on to the next level. Teacher is a connector, connecting students with sources of learning and opportunities for learning. So herewith I mentioned teacher is a connector. How teacher going to connect? Through the teaching methods. So the modern classroom has undergone a significant transformation in recent years based on the technology, advancement, and the students' demographic, as well as educational philosophies. So the teaching method are the strategies and principles the teacher used to help students learn to understand the material, Generally, this is called as in teaching methods or strategies. Various strategies are there: teacher-centered, learner-centered, content-focused, or some kind of interactive, innovative teaching methods. So, the National Education Policy (NEP) 2020 suggests some special methods for modern classroom teaching to enhance learning outcomes and make education more holistic, integrated, and engaging. So today's students are digital natives. They require teaching methods that are to be engaging, interactive, and relevant to their lives. So in today's presentation, we are going to see about some of the modern teaching methods highlighted in NEP 2020. The first one is the flipped classroom. Yeah, the traditional classroom. It's reverse for our traditional classroom. The flipped classroom is a teaching method that reverses the traditional lecture homework format. Just see the picture, because a picture always speaks a lot. Okay, so in the first column, the traditional method. So teacher directs, and the teaching learning process occurs in the classroom, and after going back, in the absence of teacher, without the teacher present, students practice the problems. But here in the flipped classroom models, student uses technology to access direct instruction outside the class. Teacher have to send any videos, notes, materials, or interactive things in through online way, digital presentations. And then in the classroom, students have worked collaboratively with the teacher, other peers, and provides in the presence of the teacher provides assistance, facilitates, and guiding. So students watch video lectures and complete online assignments at home, and then work on activities and projects in the classroom. This approach allows teacher to provide more personalized instruction. The further teaching method, we see about the what is personalized teaching method also, and immediately students get the feedback, and it also encourages students to take the ownership of their learning. They are the leaders for the learning. And then next one is the project based learning. Very well we are knowing. So from the lower classes, we the modern teacher assigning the problem, that is the projects, to solve a problem. The teaching method that involves assigning students real world projects that require them to apply what they have learned in the classroom. For example, designing a suitable garden to learn about ecology and environmental science is based on the grade level. We have to assign the project based learning. So this is a schema for our project based learning strategy. Initially, assign collaborative work, and then either it is the individual project or the team project. If it is the team project, then it will be more collaborative, and present real world problems that pupils can connect with each other, and set the parameters for completing the project. And teacher acts as a facilitator and the connector, and need to give the proper input and feedback based on the need and requirement. And then final output product shared with a large group. So through this approach, students can learn problem solving skills, critical thinking, and collaboration. It also allows students to explore topics in depth and to develop a sense of purpose and meaning. The next one is a gamification. We know now children are more addicted and prone to the digital games. They are experts in that digital games, what we called as online games, video games. So why don't we teachers use this gamification into the teaching method? Yes, yeah, we have. The gamification is the use of the game design elements, not the exact game. We adopted the game designing and mechanics in a non-game context, such as in education. So like training a history lesson into a trivia competition with rewards for correct answers, like a quiz. Trivia competition is nothing but a quiz, solving of puzzles, like more related to the game. Okay, so in general, students have aversion to learn about the history, facts, years, and also in this aspects. So replacing the complexities make the children to be attractive. So we can adopt this gamification technique to teach the children's. And so this is the just an outline for a gamification. It's a learning, how it promotes learning. So user management, LMS, as well as a continuous motivation. And then we teachers, we have learning theories, so in that, the Skinner, BF Skinner, that is he mentioned about in his behavioral SR theories, he pointed out the reinforcement. So here in the gamification, they'll get the continuous motivation, reinforcement, and reward. While when they achieve the target, they get the reward, and challenging task, the higher task, and then more learning. Okay, so there is gamification to teach wide range of subjects from math, science, language, arts, and social science more. So the next one, the schema for the gamification. So setting a goals and objectives, and then offering immediate feedback, and then providing personalized learning, and encouraging the collaborative and competition team aspects also we can include. Create a positive learning environment using gamification to enhance learning. So the next one is the inquiry based. Inquiry means finding, having question, and always questioning. So find the answer for a question in a proper way. That is inquiry based learning, encouraging student to ask questions: how, why, what, why not. So n number of questions, hypothetical and non-hypothetical way, and explore solutions independently for the questions. So either this method is moreover a student centeredness, and it promotes critical thinking, so collaboration, and then constructivist theory. In the learning theories, constructivist theory is one of the important learning theory altogether. To construct the knowledge based on the constructive theory, the basic idea is construct the knowledge. Okay, here the inquiry method is developed based on all these things. So through this inquiry method, students develop problem solving and brainstorming sessions and investigation projects. All these things we can assign and give a lot children to learn inquiry based learning. So initially, like it's like a research project also. Initially, to find the research gap, first step to find the research gap, and how to do, and methods and materials. Like the same way here, I wonder, I investigate, I record, I discover, I think for there's a better solution, and let I try, and then reflect. So this is inquiry learning cycle. And then personalized learning. What is a personalized learning? So teacher usually, it's one of the teaching method, tailoring instruction to meet the unique needs and ability of each students. So different types of students in our classroom. In generally, we have three types of learners, gifted, average, and slow learners in our regular classroom. Apart from this, teaching style, teaching learning style, learning styles also. Based on the style, we can classify the students into four groups, that is the visual learners, auditory learners, tactile learners, and kinesthetic learners. Simple, the acronym is WICAT. So based on the learning style, we have a different type of students. And then children with special needs. So in NEP 2020 also insisting no more the class is a regular classroom or the traditional classroom. All the classroom should be that is from traditional classroom to inclusive classroom, transfer from regular classroom to inclusive classroom. In such a way, this personalized learning help the teachers to collect data and do the analysis and identify areas where students need extra support, and then providing targeted intervention. Intervention means remedial measures, like supporting teaching, extra coaching, making the concepts to be in a simple way. Like all these things comes under the interventions. Better word is intervention, remedial measures, taking remedial measures, and scaffolding. It's just assisting, supporting the students, helping the students to come out. Okay, this personalized learning can be achieved through the use of technology such as LMS, learning management systems, and adaptive softwares. It is also providing multiple resources like videos, texts, and activities to suit different learners. So this is a step how to access and implementing the personalized learning. So for this the personalized learning, the term and then teaching method, we are using it in the inclusive classrooms. If it is a special children, then in the inclusive classroom setup, we teachers need to develop individualized educational plan, IEP, individualized education plan, which is very specific for the children with special needs based on the disabilities. So this, similar to how we drafting the IEP for the special children's, like same, the teacher have to develop a personalized learning strategy and adopting the method for the normal children. And then AI tools. So while applying the personalized learning or IEP, teacher had to adopt some AI tools, because this is the modern classrooms and inclusive classroom. Teacher must know how to adapt the learning technologies and which cater to diverse the learning spaces and styles. Here, I just put the picture of some of the classroom tools which we are using generally in classrooms: ChatGPT, YouTube, and Report. And we know many of the tools, and Grammarly. So here it's a picture for 40 AI tools for teachers. So this is these tools for the classroom purpose, and then teachers how they can improve the skill in digital mode and AI mode. That's in the second slide. And then collaborative learning. What is collaborative? And connecting each and every one in the learning, whoever in the learning environment, and, then combination of other teaching methods together. It's also called as a collaborative learning. It's a teaching method that involves having students work together to achieve a common goal. Here the method of collaborative learning, initially sharing a knowledge, teacher have to share a knowledge about a particular thing and the concept, and then skill and resources, uh, resources among the group members, allot the team. Okay. And allowing for peer to peer teaching. Peer teaching is other method in the recent trends. Peer to peer teaching and learning, and collaborative learning techniques, any methods and strategies, teamwork, individual highlighting the individual performances, competency based, everything together in a collaborative learning. And then make the children to get into the process like a critical thinking, how to find a solution, and self reflection, that is a presentation. And then it improves the communication and team spirit as well as the collaboration. Here, this collaborative learning can be achieved through the use of group projects, peer reviews, and other strategies. For example, creating a group presentation on cultural diversity. Technology integration. So we'll see the picture. So here, generally in the teaching learning process, we follow the Bloom's taxonomy. This is a mantra, basic mantra for the teachers, each and every teachers. Bloom's taxonomy. We all know the domains of Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's divided into three. That is based on the education objective. He divided into three domains: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Here in the education, promptly we are adopting and using the cognitive domain, which have the components like knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. In the revised Bloom's, we have a synthesis in the higher order. Okay, so what are the technologies we are using? Change in teaching, either in the interaction, transaction, and material transaction. Even some kind of a teaching methods like flipped classroom, blended learning, personalized learning for everything. Integration of technology and enrichment, how to empower. Basic thing is empowering the students cognitive process. So that is the enrichment. And automation, that is the uses of technology, accessing the technology in a right way. So what the learning occurs, it develops 21st century skills, what we are saying about the modern skills: analytical, critical, cooperative, collaborative, all these 20. And then moreover, the communication, expression, mindfulness, and all these things comes under the 21st century skills. And then with this all the collaboration like media projects, simulations, informations, productivity, and the drill and practice continuously we can give exercises. So if we give a question paper, instead of a question paper we can go with the online assessment, n number of times they can attain. No? So and the assessment also, based on the assessment levels also, when they students take the assessment, online assessment, immediately they get the feedback, again they can appear, learn and reappear for the things. Okay, these things comes under the technology integration. So it involves using technology to support and enhance teaching and learning. So for example, virtual reality for exploring historical landmarks, or 3D paintings for STEM projects. So we have a question, what is a STEM? It's not a plant STEM, it's a acronym, science, technology, engineering and math projects. All the subjects, science, technology and engineering, math. So integrating subject in a learning process. So it involves using digital tools, resources to provide students with more opportunities for engagement, interaction, and feedback. This technology integration can be achieved through the use of learning management system, again LMS, and then online assessment we can avail and access through this, and other digital tools we can access for this technology integration. And then virtual and augmented. This is the advanced and recent one. In almost all the high grade schools, as we say, they are using augmented reality. In our Tamil Nadu government textbooks, the Samachir Kalvi textbooks, all in that also it's encrypted, like some barcodes through scanning. And teachers also, if it is as our own wish and will, we can adapt to the virtual and augmented reality. So with this it's being used increasingly in education to create immersive and interactive learning experiences. So it brings the real world, what we want to present, like a volcanic eruption, tsunami, or Jurassic Park, that is dinosaurs, like whatever we want to explain the students, we can bring it in the virtual reality mode. So like how what are the equipments we need for the lab, separate lab, A or VR in education. In certain things we can access in the classroom itself, if we have a right software tool. Okay, so the example for virtual reality classroom. So see how the children is experiencing. The teacher is no do the transaction, adopting the virtual method, virtual reality method, and teaching in the class. Here in the next picture, we can see how children's experiencing the real world things. While augmented, the virtual reality involves using headsets and other devices to create a complete virtual environment, while in the augmented reality it involves using devices to overlay digital information onto the real. While both technologies have the potential to make a learning more engaging and effective. Experiential learning, in the single sentence, learning through direct learning through direct experience, exposure to the real world, like taking children to the field trip, internships, the higher level, and role playing, historical visits, and field surveys, and science experiments, projects, and assignments. So connected to the real life situation, whichever thing is connected, make the children to, that is the learners, connect them to the real world situation. So everything comes under the experiential learning. So initially Cole's experiential cycle, Cole, this psychologist, he derived this experiential learning cycle. So concrete, the experience, that is whatever you do, everything comes into the concrete experience. And then come in this reflective, and then observe and record. Okay, so reflect and record everything. And then third one is the abstract, that is a conceptualization. What is the basic idea behind this, hypothetically, and then creativity, as well as planning and adding new things into that, that comes under the conceptualization. And move on to the active application. So do, reflect, and then generalize, and then apply. This is the experiential learning method. So these are the few methods. The manage, that is games, team building activities, adventure based learning, outdoor learning activities, drama, art and theater, and simulation, filmmaking, storytelling, creative games, mystery games, service learning. All these things comes under experiential learning methods. Through blended learning, blended, we know, mixing. So mixing together, in what are the two methods we are going to mix? One is the face to face, the other one is the digital, that is online. On mixing of online and offline learning approaches is called as a blended learning. Here, regular classroom learning and then online learning. So we are going to blend these things. How? Because, and then what are the merits in the blended learning? Allow experiments with learning styles. Based on the learning style, teacher must allow experiments and use interactive media to enhance learning. Online modules supplement lectures and unaffected by geography or time. So these are, that is by the own phase and time they can learn. So using an online platform for practice exercises and in the class time for discussion. In the flipped classroom, it's slightly deviate from the blended learning. Blended learning, teacher can adopt any one of the method in the classroom, offline method, and then assign worksheets through regular classrooms, or else classes, or then anything post in the video lesson, like in the format of video lessons, audio lessons, and ask the children to observe and learn and come at home, and here in the class they do discuss. But in the flipped classroom is different, so adapting any kind of a method, even the smart board and virtual reality, everything in the teacher. If the teacher accessing all these combination, the other methods, combining other methods, that's too comes under the blended learning method. And then here, all the technological methods, not only for blended learning, we have certain deficiencies, so need specifically developed courses. For all the courses we couldn't, but we the teachers, we have to develop, or else the curriculum setters and the planners, they have to develop different courses which based on the digi based, and then cost, sometimes the software and then the hardware process also a little bit costly, as well as it increases the teacher's workload. In this way, teacher need to put more effort to develop some kind of this kind of a digital platform and accessing the apps, and many things, and increasing students cognitive load, they are saying. But it's not for all children's, but gifted children's, it's really good and benefited one for. But average children's, it promoting their increasing and promoting their learning aspects. For the low achievers also, it helps to attain some certain level of achievement in the learning process. And then storytelling and case studies. So these things also act as, serve as a method in teaching learning process as effective teaching methods. And we know storytelling, how important one in our life. From the cradle, we used to hear stories from our moms, nanas, and even in the school, the KG level, we are having a storytelling method. We are adapting storytelling method. Teacher narrates and students also recite the storytelling stories. In general, in general classes, when we come to the higher grade, we drop the method. But this acts as one of important and efficient and effective method. So it promotes students, creative thinking and interpersonal skills. They express their views and communications. They share their emotions and helps in the learning phase, and building emotional intelligence also, how we can overcome the emotional issues. This kind of intelligence, it promotes, we can promote through the storytelling method. And ultimately it develops the language development. Okay, so storytelling. So where and which place and all we can use. So in the subject of history, and then learning a real experiencing the real world experiences. So students in general, younger one narrates n number of stories, but we need patience. But here we can adopt this method in the form of a teaching method. And then marketing, and then it enhance communication, as we said. Emotions, they can share the views, register and share the views. It promotes more and more creative. And then content, they develop a content or a story for this. And then language and communication. So next one is the case study. Case study, in generally we are using this case study method in like teacher education and medicine, okay, as well as in the law. So these are the certain areas and subjects we adopt the case studies. But in the regular classes also we can adopt the case study method to it's moreover case study method, it's like a research process. And the research process also we have this case study is serving as a tool for data collection and some kind of a research, entire research method we can go with the case studies also. So that's why it's highlighting here the research method. It's a high type of a research method, and we have a certain criteria and rules for case study, and we can adopt this for the data collection. And this is acts as evidence and drive a conclusion based on the case studies, and promotes better knowledge, understanding the events, and understanding the case history about a particular case or event. And then promotes more and more subject knowledge in the field of psychology and psychiatry also. We adopting these case studies, but in the general classrooms, or we can just in the innovative classrooms we are adopting this case study as a method. And then design thinking, so solving problems creatively through brainstorming, prototyping, and feedback. What is the design thinking? Here is the picture. So initially empathize and experience, and then define a problem and come to a generalization. So next, with the ideas and with the ideas, applying the ideas. Okay, testing the ideas. With the testing, will we get an assessment as well as the feedback. With this assessment and feedback, will better we go with a better understanding and sharing this design thinking process to the other one or the other students. Okay, so these are the skills we need for the design thinking process, like a creative thinking, and then collaboration, as well as resilience. See, empathizing, so what and all we can do, we have to do in the empathizing structure. So observe and find the problem, analyze and identify the type of a problem, like and then define the problem, and how to do the data collection, like in the research process. Those are doing a research, or those are done a research, they know. So identification the research gap, like empathizing and experiencing and defining and conceiving, collection of data analysis, and come with the new ideas that comes in the category of prototype, as well as finally go with the assessing and then reflect to the world. So these things comes in the design thinking. Student design a water filtration system to understand engineering principles. Here in every concept, each and every concepts, we are integrating different methods, and that is a combination of subjects, and then integration of principles altogether, like and then peer teaching and peer tutoring. Students teach concepts to the peers, friends, the classmates, that is the peers. Okay, so here the advantages of peer learning, we can gain a new perspectives, outlook, and build networks within among the groups, either it is a small group or a large group, increase the management and improve communication, that is interaction, as well as interpersonal, intrapersonal skills, create feedback. Generally will get immediate feedback. Okay, so based on that, accelerating the learning. These are the advantages of pure learning. and certain things we can, planning how to take up peer tutoring. We need planning and prepare a strategy and listening, patiently listening, adopting technology based on the students level, age, and community, and self awareness. And the peer tutor is acts as a leadership, you know take a role as a leader, and find a conflict solution, that is a problem solving attitude, empathy. So this my friends are not aware of this, why don't I take a initiative, like empathize the children, don't sympathize always, enriching, not enriching the environment, learning environment. We the teachers and we the peer tutors, we have to empathize, okay? And then through effective communication we can achieve. So here the example, student explain a math concept to classmates using certain using examples. And then mind mapping, visualizing ideas and concepts in a diagram, like how to create a mind map. Here this is the major ideas, and each color depicts the different concepts, and then subdivisions is depicts them further important points, or links, connecting links, like this. So this is the way we have to create a mind map. Even in school level, school level, school books also we can see the mind map method of teaching. So creating a mind map for the causes and effect of World War II. Like we have to give a assigning, we have to assign a questions or topic for doing the mind map. Here is a mind map for what is education. See n number of answers, n number of points we have. What is education? So this is a mind map for education. And then STEM approach, and STEM classroom, STEM curriculum, and this one is the STEAM. What is the STEM and team? Yeah, STEM I have already highlighted. So the integration of subjects like science, and then technology, education, that is engineering, and then mathematics together is called as a STEM education. What is a STEAM education? Again the same, but we are going to add one more thing, art. Okay, art and sport in this STEAM education. Technology integrating science, math, okay, technology, engineering, arts, and math. S science, T stands for technology, E engineering, A arts, and M maths. This is called as a STEAM education method. So integrating subjects together. So this is so how we can, so this team, enhancing more creativity, confidence, and collaboration, and problem solving skills among the learners, that is the students environment. And it shows the different ways and values of arts. Okay, students into the expose students to the creative process, applying concepts of art in problem solving in engineering, and making things to learn, that is adopting technology. So and all these things, and then makes the meaningful collaboration. So these are the benefits of teaching STEM lessons. And then social emotional learning. This is the recent method, CEL. Social and emotional learning is a teaching method that involves helping students develop the skills they need to succeed in school and in life. So achievement is not alone with the school achievement or scoring the highest mark, and becoming a topper of the school or college, university, like something. But also we have to be a successful person in our life. Whatever problems and personal issues and interpersonal issues, if we have in a life, that we have to learn how to cope up, and then come out of the issues with the right way. That to learn through learn in the from the lower classes through the method social emotional language. So learning, sorry, social emotional learning, it involves teaching students how to manage their emotions, how to empathize with others, and how to build a strong relationship. This can be integrated to a wide range of subjects from language, arts to math and science. and role playing simulations. Here the picture. So here the student is a teacher and student. They are playing with a bird, that puppet of bird. So one is acts as a maybe the teacher bird, the other one is a student bird or mama or baby, like anything. So it promotes what more and interpersonal sharing and knowledge, highlighting and the visualization. It brings creativity and group discussion, and then insights, new ideas. It generates new ideas and insights, and finding a solution. So all these things, it's a benefit out through the role playing and simulation. This is a simulation, see, is a method, moreover, which is highly useful in all the educational spheres and domains, like medicine, psychiatry, in the robotics, engineering. See, there is a real robo and then simulation model. So with the simulation we can teach the children and how the real one works. We can make the children to do the simulations like this also in the medicine field and other things, all the domains, all the spheres of a medicine field. Instead of using real specimens, that is a real human beings or the animals, they adopt you this kind of a simulation objects for the for to enhance better learning and practice. Okay, so that's why it's acting out scenarios to understand different perspective. That is, a simulation is a teaching method that create a realistic scenario for students to practice the skills and knowledge. So moreover, it is a form of experiential learning. By doing, by experience, the learn, it helps the students build their understanding through interactions and experiences. For example, simulating mock trial in a civic classes, like how we can go with the mock trial, mock classes, mock test, mock exams, all these things are simulations, model tryout. And then real world applications. Real world applications means that is a interactive, more interactive learning material and enhancing skill, acquisition, and then special education, like a global classroom, how the classroom from four walls to how it transferred to the global classroom, field trips and gamification, cultural education, professional training, environmental awareness. All these are the parts which comes under the real world applications, where we are going to applying the concepts. Okay, here the real world applications involve using real world examples in and case studies to teach students about abstract concepts and theories, and also relevance and importance of what they are learning and how it can be applied. So applying concepts. So learning is not alone start with the bookish knowledge. It has to be applied. Here it teach, the method teach the students how to apply the concepts, like a competency based teaching method or the progression is focused on mastering skills and competencies rather than rote memorization. CBT, competency based test. So all these things, skill enhancing ones. Here in this picture we can see the first one is the developing, that is a progress, skill progress initially, and then second one proficiency in the particular thing, that is emerging. The scholar has demonstrated the proficiency in that particular skill, and then the scholars demanded the proficiency on all grades at every level, that is from lower level to higher level. They're practicing, and each and every situation they are finding a solution how to meet a need, particular need, and to overcome the issue, and then applying in a different level. Okay, so this method is a competency based learning method or competency based learning progression. And then integration of art and sport in education. In general, in school curriculum we have art education period, craft education period, as well as tailoring and sports PT. Okay, but how to adopt this art education as a joyful and meaningful teaching method. So this is the thing, form of arts we are adopting, that is weaving, drama, drawing, music, dance, art and craft, with like wealth from waste and all these things, and then cooking, fireless cooking even comes under cooking, general cooking, carpentry, all these things are art integrated learning forms, some of the art integrated learning forms. So how to integrate art in learning? So we need a proper planning of activities, so with this we can ask the students to do the science project to with the integration of art, and useful resources, find a space and time management and assessment. This physical education, even in the physical education we can integrate physics concepts also, time management, and also it promoting interpersonal skills, communication, and then leadership qualities, empathy, adjustment, what we speaking about, the mindfulness and the presence of time and cooperation, coordination, everything comes in this physical education, that is a sports. So that's why we have a method, that is integration of art and sport in education. So, for example, learning mathematical concepts through dance, or physics through sport activities, like even in the balance, these are the physics concept, and measurement of the rules, some basic rules and principles, flexible and modular learning pathways. So the name is different, but we hear the method, we are practicing the method like a ODL mode. So it's an alternative, it's not a correspondence, it's not a regular face-to-face interactive mode, but open distance learning module, ODL mode. So this is a best example for flexible. You can learn, you can do your learning at any time with the specific modules, video lessons, and either you can attend the class. If it is face to face, that's fine. If it is online, okay. And then modular based learning, so all these things comes under the flexible and modular learning pathways. So it is offering students flexibility to choose subjects based on the interest and goals, like here, face to face, blended, virtual, all together. So regular classroom, online classrooms, blending face to face, virtual, adopting the blended learning, and moreover, the other integration of subjects also. Here, the cross-disciplinary subjects like environmental science with data analysis. Data analytics is a computer science field of computer science related, and then environmental science, ecology, environmental science, like So here, the integration of recently I attended a seminar which the person, one Mr. Parthasarathi, he is a data analyst. He is serving in US a number of years and practicing as a data analyst. Based on his interest towards Tirukural, he he developed a software to find translations of Tirukural in world languages. He adopted, he drafted a book also based on the data analysis. So basically, he is a data analysis, computer science domain, and his interest towards the Tirukural, he integrating the skill of data analysis to find the measures like this. So this is a cross-disciplinary subject, interrelating, interconnecting. And then vocational education and skill training, we all know from the Gandhian philosophy, we have a basic Gandhian philosophy basic education, highlighting the work experience is an important one for the students, from a lower level to all levels. The same thing also highlighted by the NEP 2020. So again, we just added a sugar coating like a skill training, vocational education and skill training. It's embedded vocational training in school education from grade 6 onwards. Okay, so workshops on coding, even most of the international schools, they having that they are adopting the coding technology. Already they have introduced the subjects like robotics and electronics based subject, different subjects. But recently, and they are planning, and some of the schools they are having a coding from the lower grade albits, in the subject of computer, carpentry and robotics to regular school hours. So vocational, so basic one is the training, and it's initial one for initiation one for career development and career choice, practical experiences, and it's a lifelong learning. It's a professional and capacity building development, and we can have entrepreneurs. It develops entrepreneur skills. You can do the startups and initiative step for the industry entrepreneurs and enhancing the skills. All these things, we can integrate through vocational and skill training method of teaching. And apart from these methods, we have certain specific initiative methods and special methods like escape rooms. So in the classroom itself, or else apart from the classroom, we can adopt some puzzle based teaching methods and training. All these things comes as a escape rooms. And then podcasting, students create and produce podcasts on the topics of interest to develop communication, research, and critical thinking. So that's the podcasting. In some of the colleges, they're having a podcast uh, room, and then students highly participating, eagerly participating in the podcasting. And virtual field trip, organizing virtual field trips to places that are difficult or impossible to visit in person using technologies like Google expeditions. And coding and robotics, already we said. And these are the integrating skills, teach programs and robotics to develop problem solving, critical thinking, and STEM skills. you know STEM. Mindfulness and meditation, incorporate mindfulness and meditation practices to promote student well-being, focus, and self-awareness. So these are the some specific methods. Apart from this, in all these things, all these methods, what we discussed here, which was created by NEP 2020. The NEP 2020 also highlighting the important concept is highlighted. One is the inclusive education. What is inclusive education? We know we all have a classroom with a regular children, normal children, but integrating the children with special needs in a regular classroom is called as an inclusive classroom. So this inclusive classroom is based on the principles and the environment, which insisting by the uh, children with special needs manage, that is for the special needs. This one is a universal design for learning, UDL, universal design for learning. This approach involves designing lessons that are accessible and engaging for all students. All means all, even children with disabilities, visual, hearing, and autistic, mild CP children, everyone together in the same class, regardless of their abilities or disabilities. And then here, the classroom filled with the students like different needs and then different educational backgrounds, you know, rural, urban, and our different attention span of attention and interest, behavioral issues, certain, and language deficiency, difficult cultural backgrounds, tribal educations, so all together in a single roof, single classroom. This is called as a universal design for learning. Assistive technology, as a teacher, how we can, we adopted the method so far to teach a normal children. So as a teacher, how can I adopt the methods? One is the universal design, I said, as well as with the adaptive technology and devices. It includes the use of devices and software that can help students with disabilities, such as text to speech software, speech to text softwares, and all these assistable, even a hearing aid, even the specs is also an assistive device to see things. So like any number of assistive devices, or the something is low tech, high tech, and modern assistive technologies also there. So what is assistive technology? Devices and services that helps individuals with special needs, even the remembering, process of remembering, reading, braille typing, braille printout, and seeing help, that is enhancing the better vision, and then help to communicate, listening, hearing aids. So these are example for assistive technologies. And as a teacher in the regular classroom, how we can adapt, that is in inclusive classroom, how we can adapt to the methods. Yes, we can adapt certain different methods if we have a special children with special needs in our regular classroom. Like these are the special teaching methods which are designed for the inclusive classroom. One teach, one observe, one teach, one promote, parallel teaching, alternate teaching, station teaching method, and co-teaching method. So we'll see. So one teach, one support. So one teacher is in the classroom, like to he taken a subject, the supportive teacher, the class, the same class to assist the children with special needs. Alternative teaching. So one teacher teach the large class, large group, the other teacher and teach the small group. That's alternative teaching. Parallel teaching simultaneously for both the groups, taking class, that is a content delivering deliver in the same place. And then team teaching, team of teachers taking the different concepts, both teachers are equal and respected one. And then station teaching, so one teacher takes one subject which is interested to the student, and the other teacher teach the other subject for the children's based on the interest. That is a station teaching. Once again, so one teach, one observe, one teach, one prompt, parallel teaching, alternative teaching methods, station teaching, and co-teaching methods. So here we have just a sum up. What are the things, what are the methods we have seen so far? Personalized, gamification, active learning, small group discussion, blender, inquiry based, flip projects, and then team-based learning, peer assisted, computer assisted, mnemonics. Mnemonics is acronymic, first letter, adding first letter and create a special word for this. For like example, Vibgia. So all these things are mnemonics based, and problem based learning, and n number of things we can adapt in classroom, regular classroom practice. As a teacher, we can observe the mindset and mood swing of a students, as well as the emotional level, how they are, based on the thing, social and emotional well-being of a students. Also we can adapt some method on the spontaneous way. Instead of, I used to adopt storytelling method to teach intelligence and creativity before start a topic, psychology topic. So I ask the students to narrate some stories. I give a storyline and ask them to narrate and recite. Sometimes I allow the students to tell the stories, and then with a modern mode or a technique, or incorporating some method, innovative methods into that. For teaching, learning theories. So I used to methods like role play, enact. So like all these things, so based on the need and then complexity of the subject, we can adapt a number of things as our own. With this, I'm concluding this presentation. Thank you, everyone. If you have a question, you can. So this is a thing I usually like to say to my students: if I cannot learn the way you teach, will you teach me the way I can learn? So as a teacher, we have to plan and adopt which method is suited one for your classroom. Don't stick on with always the content, portion, syllabus. Yes, of course, it's there. Within a time, stipulated time period, we have to complete the task and we need to conduct the assessment. But you plan, so put your effort, put your time, it never goes vain. So you plan and develop which method I'm going to adapt for the particular concept, particular class. In today's class, I'm going to either it is the traditional based methods or else innovative modern methods, whichever is suitable for the situation. So before that, we the modern teachers, we have to adapt the technological aspects, uh, instead of traditional teachers like go and take a class, give lectures. Instead of that, adapt some innovative methods, tools, and practicing it and applying it in your class. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
If
much,
you
ma'am, for that valuable session. Participants, if you have any queries, you can post it in the chat box.
almost it's a known area to everyone, but how to adopt, how to incorporate, that is a question. So whenever is a problem solving, we have to generate, we have to find our own, that is our way of solution for that, finding a solution for that. What is the difference between gamification and game based? Yes, almost Vijayalakshmi ma'am, both almost the same, game based learning and then gamification. It's a technological term, is a gamification. It's a game based, that is adapting the game as a teaching method in a teaching learning process. That's it. Like puzzles, and even the small children's, they have, find the odd man out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, to be honest, our comment session is filled with comments stating that it was very useful and informative session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for spending your valuable time with us.
Thank you so much. In this junction, I want to extend my gratitude to all the in charges, those are behind this virtual mode. So again, in this platform, I just want to share through this platform IQAC team and Kanya ma'am, Dr. Kanya, who connected me, and then Dr. Geeta, Principal, Department of Education, and the other Aparna, and those who are behind the screen, apart from the heads of the institutions, students, and research scholars, the patient listeners, and everyone. So one thing we have to adapt. We are the leader. We are the heads. Apart from this, we are the facilitator. We are the connector. So we no more a teacher. We are going to be a connector. We are going to act as a connector to you adopt which port is suitable one for your classroom. With this, thank you to everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, on behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Founder Chancellor and our President, who have always been supporting us. I would also like to thank our IQAC Chairperson, our Vice Chancellor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, our Director IQAC Malini Pandey ma'am, and our Deputy Director Subhashri ma'am for their constant support. I take this opportunity to thank our resource person for the day, Nalini ma'am, for enlightening us like how to adapt to the current teaching methods. Thank you so much, ma'am. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for participating in this event and making this a good show. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, the feedback link has been posted in the comment section as well as it's
Shall I
been
leave the ma'am?
displayed as a
Shall I
banner.
leave the link?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. As well as it's been displayed in the banner. I kindly request you all to fill the feedback form. Kindly spare till tomorrow. By tomorrow, you will receive your certificates for today's session. Thank you all. Thank you.